All right, so most of you, this will be stuff you know. Bear with me. This is going to be used for future hires as well. So I'm not saying you guys don't know this stuff, but figured we'll start at the basics. And there is certainly some systems that probably will be helpful. So this is all really, if we're not selling someone new, if they have anything at all in their system or in their house currently, what can we do with what's there, whether it's an upgrade, just a straight reprogram, or a complete new system. So, which ones can we take over? Anyone, right? Why can I say that?
Depends on the communicator.
Because we can drop a C2W in there and go to an all-in-one no matter what they have. Or if they have a wireless system, we can send them something new. So that's a little lie in saying all of them, but the idea there is basically no matter what they have, we have an answer. We have cheap all-in-one wireless systems we can offer them. We have options for upgrading any pre-wired house, even if they have the wiring and no system. And if it's an older wired system, it's a matter of either dropping in a new wired control panel or going to the C2W in an all-in-one or the Qualsys converter in an all-in-one. Also, because the TG1 Express works with any hardwired panel that can do phone line monitoring, which is basically any older wired system that was ever made. It literally is grabbing the phone signal that comes off of one of those panels, converting it to cellular, and sending it to a central station. As long as the panel does contact ID, which is a very industry standard format, and we can get into programming, then the TG1 is also kind of a universal communicator. So we always have an answer. It's a matter of what's the least expensive, easiest answer for someone to jump in and go forward with us. Identification is key. Everything that we do here, when we get someone on the phone, they call us, they're expecting potentially that we're a traditional company. You might have gotten calls, hey, when are you coming out? We explain we're DIY, we don't come out. However, all we need for them to do is use their eyes to tell us what they have. They're going to assume their keypad is their system. That's a good place to start because that'll have a manufacturer name more times than not. Finding the control panel from there is the key, or determining that they don't have a wired system, they have an all-in-one wireless, obviously is the other option. I find the easiest way to know if they have all-in-one or traditional, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to send someone on a goose hunt through their house for a control panel, and then you found in the end that they had like a DSC all-in-one that doesn't look quite like a Lyric or a Lynx Touch. You know, a lot of people say they don't have a control panel because they don't know where it is. So sometimes it's just a matter of what's the brand name on the keypad. And if they say DSC, and then all of a sudden you think, well, maybe it's an Impasa. Because typically if the keypad has a flip down door on it, then it's going to be a wired system going to a wired control panel. On any Honeywell wired keypad, you got that flip down door. On the DSC stuff, they have some of the all-in-ones that are flipped down. So it's kind of knowing those brand differences. If they can tell you the brand, and then they can tell you the keypad, which everyone knows where that is, that helps you get back to what the real system is, where the brains are. Installer code is key in a lot of cases when it's not Honeywell. We love Honeywell because Honeywell has the backdoor programming and 9 times out of 10. Any other system, GE, DSC, NAPCO, all those other brands out there, if you don't have the installer code, sometimes you're stuck depending on what it is. With alarm.com, we have ways around that, but a lot of times installer code will be the determining factor on those, whether or not they can use what they have or they need to kind of start all over. Like on a DSC system, if they don't have that, there's technically a PGN jumper you can do to completely default the system. There's a potential chance that that company that changed the installer code has a certain panel setting in the panel that if you do that default, it totally bricks the unit. So we don't need to get that deep with someone because we don't want to waste that time. We just want to focus on if you don't have the installer code and it's a non-Honeywell system, then you're probably out of luck unless it's, you know, 2 gig or Qualsys. Then you're shifting the conversation over to converting to an all-in-one or dropping in a new wired system, something like that. The other key is once you find the system, what communicator do they have? Do they have one? They're never going to know, right? So you start probing. Do you have a phone service at your house? If they say no, then obviously, and they're monitored, then obviously they have an internet or cellular based communicator. On the wired systems, those communicators are often right by the panel. So once they find the panel, they should be able to tell you what the communicator looks like. If you can identify it from their description, great. And in any case where you're not clear or they're not clear on what they're looking at, email support@alarmgrid.com with pictures. Get their email address, put it in high-rise, just tell them when you send the pictures, it'll map in, it'll link to our conversation, someone else can pick up the combo. That helps for the sales team on the follow-ups. Now we have another point of contact beyond the number that they called in on, and gives them that option. You could even email them right out of high-rise, hey, reply back with pictures of the keypad, control panel, communicators, whatever you may need to know.